Hey guys, JH. Welcome to Practice Tea. Okay, we're going to carry on today from my newfound, returned, long lost swing secret. And I just want to clarify. I'll just turn the monitor so I can just see it a little bit. Yeah guys, I just want to clarify what the real principle of it is, and it's not what you might think, and it's not as it's just as simplistic as an early reset, because you can early reset your club as much as you like, but there's no momentum in it. And the secret of this is the momentum, and the amount of momentum, and the momentum shove, in that you're shoving the momentum into play and increasing it. There it is there. It's, whoa! Just really shoving it. And the way we shove it, guys, it's that. It's the wind and the butt action of the lead hand. It's here. It's the tipping of the bucket of water, or the bottle of water over here. It's the trying to get a little piece of, if you had a marshmallow stuck on the toe of the club, we want to fling it off. And how would we fling it off? We do that with the toe of the club. My own thinking is that I really do think along the lines of energizing the toe of the golf club. That's how I get it going. Pushing it up like that. Pushing. If you think of the toe of the club doing that, guys, look, that's what I'm doing in the backswing. I'm doing that by pushing down with this lead hand. If you get just in this position here, front on, and you just push down with the heel pad of that lead hand, push it down and pull up with the two middle fingers of the trail hand, just like that. That's all it is. It's that. I'm trying to throw it, actually, guys. This is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to go, whoa, like that, but with a turn. When I get the whoa here, I'm turned, and the club is facing this way. But this is how you get the feeling. Stand here and just go, whoa, like this. Whoa. Try and hit yourself on the back with the golf club. But make sure all that momentum's coming about by that, not just by lifting the golf club up. We're pushing down and we're, oh. That's how you feel it, guys. Oh, that's what I feel. And the more I push that down, look, I won't even move my arms. Look, I can get that club up there and hit my body here, and my hands haven't moved. But because I'm energizing the club so much, look, oh, that moved a little, well, they haven't actually, the heel pads moved down. But there's none of this. I'm not doing it like that. I'm just energizing it with that pushing down of the heel pad. That's what it's about. And it's a fantastic feeling, guys. Absolutely fantastic. And without any exaggeration, I kid you not, and I will tell you absolutely categorically and honestly, when I watched the teaching video that I did for my buddy, my dear friend Johnny, as soon as I saw it, I thought, that's it, JH. That's what you haven't had for 11 years. That's what you haven't had. You lost it. You lost the momentum of the club. And this was going on in the golf swing. There was no momentum in the golf club. The momentum created my golf swing. That created everything else in my golf swing. And the great thing about this, guys, is that once you get that going, I promise you, when you get that going and you get it in train and in motion with dynamic force and shove applied to it, everything else in the golf swing, all the other components of the body will react to that energy, to that momentum, to that shove. The body will react to that. Remember that great line of Mo Norman's? He said his swing balanced him. His swing balanced him. He didn't try and balance his swing, the swing balanced him. And I took him to in-depth discussion on that and asked him about it. I said, what do you mean? I said, my interpretation of that is that the momentum in the golf club is doing everything to keep you in situ. And he said, well, that's what it feels like. He said, I feel like the club head is just creating all the balance points that I need in my body. And guys, I used to have that when I played golf. That's how I played golf my whole life. Now, I haven't hit a shot today. I've been down doing a couple of videos on the putting green, which you'll see, which was very hard to do. This is Sunday and there's a lot of people down there, and they just cleared off for a moment, so I had to do them really quickly. So they weren't that high quality videos, but the principle of the explanation was there, and that's all we want. So guys, here it is. With the 4-iron, guys, just a 4-iron dead cold. And we're just going to energise it. Just energise the club, JH. Look at that, guys, look at that. All I'm thinking about is this energy, this momentum in the golf club. It's all I'm thinking about, the momentum and the energy. That. And it's great to be able to stand up dead cold, and that's what I used to do when I played years ago. I never had any warm-ups, never used to hit balls in practice fairway, nothing. Never tried, never did that. Never wanted to. Okay, no, nice and smooth, JH. Just smash it. More momentum. More momentum. That's the one. Wow, that's a good shot. Yesterday was like 40 Ks and above yesterday, and yesterday you hit 4-iron into the wind and you hit it about 130 yards. It was just brutal. Now guys, what's interesting with my swing, and has always been with my swing, and you may see it occasionally on, if I hit off in the grass a little bit longer, a couple of guys said, oh, it looked like you were actually hitting the ball a little bit fat, Jay. Well, what happens with my golf swing, guys, because I get on the ball so early in the downswing, I'm very level very early. And if there's any length of grass, I'll actually have my club head tracking through the grass just above the grass. And that happens, and I've always done that. If I hit out a rough, I mean, my divots are that long, or where the path of the club. But it's not touching the ground, it's just parting the grass because I'm on the ball so early. Easy stuff, easy stuff. Come on, James. Guys, do you think that I'm thinking about what I'm doing with my body? All I'm thinking about is hanging onto the golf club because it's going so hard and not letting it go. I'm not thinking about anything else. Okay, it feels a bit ungainly, and it used to feel ungainly. But you don't have to worry about anything. You have to worry about a thing. You just don't have to worry about anything. Look, I don't have time to worry about anything. All I'm thinking about is the momentum of the golf club. That's all I'm thinking about. Okay, do it smooth, Jace. And that's what I like, guys. I can hit a little what I call a 3rd and 4th groover there, and still goes perfectly straight. All right, now, I had a really big workout this morning. I know I keep saying that, but I did, and I'm so stiff. And my lats and rhomboids and delts just feel terrible. Okay, I'll try and take the club back nice and smoothly and a bit further. Like that. That's really hammered, guys. Just hitting the shots to show you the flow. And it's this. Guys, if you're good enough to have a lot of extraneous thoughts while this is going on, then your computing power of your brain is much higher than mine. Because I promise you guys, all I'm thinking about is hanging on to this golf club and getting it mobilised and energised. That's the one. That's the first one I've got back today because of my stiffness, and loaded the club. You can't believe how far that's gone and how straight it's gone. And there's another one. It's just a pity that this audio is not sharp, what we call sharp audio, because of the little windsock. But you couldn't record here without a windsock because it's always windy. Okay guys, nice and smooth one. Now all I've got to work on now is curbing the excitement and the enthusiasm, and just think range of motion. Softness and range of motion. Like that. I just love it. I love it. That's when you see Lee Como, he just gets out there and just bashes the ball, shot after shot, and just flushes it. Well, I used to do that all the time. Mo Norman does that. I did that. Not worrying about form, guys. I'm just worried about hitting the ball. I'm not worried about it. Okay. There was this. This just came loose just at the start of the downswing, and I thought it was going to come out and I was going to catch it in the downswing. So I just thought, here we go. This will just pull the mic straight off. Whew. Okay, JH. Golf course orientation, just take it back and smash it. Like that. Wow, that's long. Wow, that's long. Guys, what a great facility when you don't have to think about pivoting in the backswing, turning the shoulders, turning the hips, getting the weight across on the downs. You don't have to think about any of that. All you got to do is hang on to the golf club and hang on. Oh man, I love that feeling. That's when you feel the ball is just stuck to the face of the golf club because it's just flattened out so much. Martin Ayres does that. I don't know how he putts with his golf balls because they must have flat sides on them. He compresses the ball so much. I've never been a compressor, I'm a sweeper, but I've got a lot more compression. Well, even in the early days, I mean, I compressed, but a different type of compression. Like that. See, that's what I call nip compression. Gee, that's a good shot. That's a good shot, JH. Why don't we hit a couple of the Wilson Animal, the John Daly Animal. Well, I made it for him, he never used it, but he never even took it, it was just made for him. He was playing everybody's clubs at that time, and he'd had a Wilson contract in the past, and they just made this up for him, but he never used it, but it was his spec. It's 15 degrees, guys, and no spin. The Animal. See, that's as far as my 3-wood. I'm not effective with the 3-wood as I should be. Never really have been. I've always been a 1-iron player, 2-iron player, and I could always turn those down and hit them as far as the 3-wood anyway. It's just one of those clubs everybody feels. I did have a period for about 4 years when I had a nice 3-wood, and I lost it, and didn't lose. Someone stole it out of my office, but along with all my other clubs. Here we go, guys. Well, guys, that's as long, if not longer, than any 3-wood I can hit. I couldn't hit a 3-wood any further than that, and I really, honestly, could not hit a 3-wood any further than that. And I don't know what these are. I think these are about 40 inches long. These things, and as opposed to a 3-wood of about probably 43 and a half. So it's 3 inches short, and I grip it down as well. See, guys, I'm not thinking about anything. There's nothing in my mind about the golf swing, what my feet are doing, anything. Just winding that club up. You can be as violent and aggressive as you like. It doesn't make any difference. You just hit it perfect. So just the energy, just the energy. Tell you what's interesting, when I do cock it really hard, this hand almost comes apart because I'm getting so much heel pad there, and I've lost a bit of flexibility in here. But when I actually get that little feeling of separation there, like Bobby Jones used to let it go with those fingers at the top of his golf swing, and I think Christy O'Connor used to let it go there as well, and some other famous player used to let it go in here, and it just gives them a bit more leverage. Now that doesn't matter because the lead hand's going to give you the control, but I'm pushing down so hard. I love that, guys. I love that. Just trying to give you my thoughts while I'm hitting it. Oh, do you hear that sound? Now the guy that gave me this said when you hit that golf club perfectly in the right place with the right compression, he said it'll make a high-pitched ring, and that's the first time I felt it. The first time. He's very high swing speed, 120 mile an hour guy, so he'd be swinging this at probably 115. This is easy. This is so easy, guys, it's just ridiculous. And we've got a fairly strong crosshead bruise. Okay, Jay, it's really... Don't get any better than that, old JH. It don't get any better than that. Just a couple of drivers now that I'm hot. Watch how hard I hit this, guys. I was looking on that video that I did, the original one, and I was saying, oh, look how hard I'm hitting it, but I wasn't really, didn't look like I was hitting it that hard, but this time I'm going to really take it back a long way and just hammer it. Like that. Holy dooly. That's what I like. I've been so defensive with the driver for so long, but now I can go after it. That felt like it was going to break the face. Felt like it was going to break the face. See, they're so much longer than I normally hit. At least 20 yards longer than I normally hit with the driver. And it's all carry. It's all carry. Right, see if I can take it back even further. What I did notice, guys, was how hard the club was coming through and hitting me on the back, and I felt that then. And I'll tell you a little story. One of my little stories. In the old days, I broke a lot of shafts. They came through and hit me on the back there like that and broke. The early graphite, they used to break. The club head used to keep going, and I broke them. I actually did it one day at a Callaway demo when they brought out the biggest Big Bertha, 1995 I think it was, and I did it with the rep standing there, and it just broke. And I said, what's that? And a guy had a camera there, and he had me on. He said, club's still going. When it finishes, it hits you there, but the head's still going. It just breaks the shaft. Now, in the old days when I used to practice a little bit, and I'd hit a lot of drivers, I went home one night, and I was just getting into the shower, and I had my shirt off. My wife came up and poked me and said, "What have you been doing?" I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "Have a look in the mirror." And I had these red welts on my back. She said, "Who's been whipping you?" I said, "Well, from now on I'm going to get into the shower with my shirt on every time I come home." But I used to have these red welts on my back from the club coming through and hitting me. And I broke a lot of drivers. I broke probably a dozen drivers. Honestly, I used to break them on my back there because I used to get the speed here and it was still going. And I'm doing that again now because I've got this unadulterated speed through the ball. That shaft, when it hit me before, felt like it was going to break. See how hard I hit that, guys. Now, guys, if any of you guys think that it's possible to think about weight transference or anything else while you're doing that, then let me say, in the immortal words of the great Ben Hogan, your thinking is folly, my men. It's folly. You can't think about anything like that. And you don't want to. This is a one thought, one process golf swing. As some of the guys on the channel have said, set and forget. I'm going to call it a power set. Lots of power. Watch this, guys. I'm going to absolutely take this back and kill it. So I haven't hit that ball like that for 15 years. That is so long for me. So long for me. So it's a power set, guys. It's just this. I want to reinforce. Just do that. Here. Whoa. Whoa. That's the feeling. Try and hit yourself there and get that feeling in the swing. Okay, I'll hit this 120%. Now, this shaft is a tour issue, X-Flex. It's about 284 CPM, and that felt like it was going to break on the downswing. And I've got no speed normally, but they changed the direction speed. And I actually torqued that open when I hit it. Just pushed it straight right. That's the only one done, because the face just went. All right, now I'll do that smoother. Do the longer one, but smoother. There it is, guys. That's it. Oh, I've got a really good buddy I practice with, and I told him how I'm hitting it and where I was hitting it. He said, you couldn't be hitting it there, JH. He said, golfers are like fishermen, they all exaggerate. I said, you're right. I've used that line. It was actually my line. What do golfers and fishermen have in common? They exaggerate a lot. But I tell you, that is just... Okay, watch this. Try and get it back even further. Okay, tell you when it comes down. Now that is a lot of hang time for an old dude. I said that the other day, but that's a lot of hang time for Johnny. And this driver only has 0.810 as a COR in it, and that's why Justin Rose didn't like it. Didn't have enough zip off the face. It was one of his heads. Great head. Slider 430, tour issue. Hot melded, but a hard face. Not a lot of COR. But I love it. I love the feeling. Okay, come on. See, guys, when you wind it up like that, all this is already wanting to go. How can it be raining? There's one cloud there. Wait, when you get up here, this is already wanting to go. It's already wanting to do it. Just a couple of shots, just hit a little couple of bomber wedges. That used to be my game. I could hit those little 125-yard shots and just sting them in there. That's right on the number then. It's raining. Watch this guy. The other one was about 125. That's about 128. But right on the same line. Identical line. Oh. Guys, I could show you my hand. I've got a piece of skin pulled off it here. I was doing if you guys know what a bent over row is, with handles on a bar, and I had 110 kilos on it with a knurled handle, and I got that, and I said to the guys, I'll do 15 reps in this, and I got to 13, and it was starting to peel the skin off my hands, and it's done it here, and the last two just actually peeled it off. And it's there. And coming down there, that really peeled itself off. Oh, that hurt. It's crazy. That's a hard exercise. Hard exercise. And my hand's just absolutely... I just have to try and hold my hand open a little bit. It's actually just pull the top of the skin off again. That hurts like heck. Okay, power it, JH. That's the one. Go through the pain barrier. Go through the pain barrier. Oh. Be a video called Blood on the Grip. Not Murder on the Dance Floor, Blood on the Grip. See, that's killed. That's 130 yards. See, I'm normally sort of 120, 125. That's 130 easy with a range ball. So I picked up at least a club with my irons. I don't practice with wedges, guys, but I just wanted to show you this power wedge. That is hit so hard off a little base. So that's gone about 135. Oh. I usually have my own handle that I can use for those lifts, and it's not knurled, and I had way too much weight on anyway, just trying to show off to the young guys. They're all trying to kill me. Guys, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. Well, I hit one more drive, and this is what I call a brink of disaster golf swing. I'll hit this with what I think is 120% effort, and I'll try and throw myself, sorry to walk away, but I'll try and throw myself completely 120% into the shot, and we'll see what happens. And I don't think there is, for me, I don't think there's a breaking point with this golf swing. I really don't think there is. Watch this. Gee, that's long. I hit that so hard. Again, long video, guys, but this is a practice session, and this is an embedding session. This is what you've got to do. You've got to embed. Here we are, here. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, last shot. Really wind it, Jase. Well, that's interesting. When I do give it the heave-ho that hard, this face actually torques open. And this shaft is only about 3-degree torque shaft. That's the same shaft that Mickelson was using. Same flex, everything. But it actually feels like when I bend it there, I can bend it a bit, but not much. I can twist it a bit, but that actually just, the fascia can come open a little bit, just a little, tiny little push. All right, last shot. There it is, guys. That's a great one to finish with. Okay, you've probably denoted a lot of excitement in it because I've got my swing back. And I can go after it, and I don't have any extraneous swing thoughts, none of this stuff. It's only this. This is the only thing that's important, guys. This is the only thing that's important, this. And the more you can push that down, the more you can do that. Shoveling. Shove it, shove it, shove it. It's a shove with a turn. It's a shove with a turn. Shove with a turn. Shove with a turn. Okay, guys, I'm worn out. My hand is chopped liver. Chopped liver. And you never want to go in the gym with bandages on your hand. You look like a wuss. I'm too old school. Okay, guys, have a look at that. And we'll do more, because this is the swing.